Hello, I'm Joachim Duplessis. Welcome to the HTS Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. Food security was brought to the fore of public discourse once again with the flare-up between Iran and Israel, which resulted in a containerized cargo ship linked to Israel being confiscated by Iranian forces. Iran retaliated against the bombing of its consulate by firing hundreds of missiles and drones at Israel. There is concern among world leaders that any further escalation in the conflict in the Middle East could seriously disrupt international trade, resulting in a shortage of some vital commodities and the general increase in prices. So we ask, are you concerned about the impact of the possible escalation of the conflict in the Middle East on international trade? We took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
Any war that taking place in the world will affect us, definitely. If you could remember, there was a Russia-Ukraine war. We all thought that happening somewhere else in the world that will not affect us, but eventually that has affected, that has created a lot of problems. So I think any war, especially any war in the oil sector, will negatively affect us, and that will affect the tourism industry as well. The transportation and obviously the prices will increase, and we, the poor people, end up in paying for the war that happening somewhere in the world.
Of course, I believe it will have an impact on us if this war escalates in the Middle East, and it will be bad for us in the Caribbean countries.
Well, right now, especially what's happening in the Caribbean, things are already getting hard on us, and what's happening with that war right now, it will cause more harm to us because a country, we like to import a lot of things, especially St. Lucia is very small to the Caribbean. We like to import things. But we can see previously how the price of groceries went up when Russia and Ukraine. What happened now there, it's our next country, so it's not easy. It's not easy, and we expect to see the rising in grocery prices very soon because of what happened. Because we have a lot of things, as I say, we just import a lot of things, and what's happening with that war right now, that might cause harm to us in the Caribbean.
The impact, if there's going to be an impact, would be possibly on the increase on the price of fuel. The knock-on effect would be the shipping costs will go up, and the price of imported items into the country may go up. That being said, it may be wise for us to push for more food security and try to find ways to mitigate against importing items into the country.
So long it's war, it's going to bring an impact. It's going to cause an impact on the Caribbean economies, even the whole world economy, because what is going on there in the Middle East, it has to happen because it is the prophecy of Elam, and this will bring the destruction of Elam, which is Iran. That is what the Bible prophesied, and Jerusalem will destroy Elam because it is the prophecy, and the prophecy has to be fulfilled. So Iran is looking for their own destruction so long they come against Israel. Yes, it's going to have an impact because it is war. At the end of the day, it is war. And anytime you have war in the Middle East, it must create tensions, it must create trade difficulties, and all of this. It will affect the economy of the world.
Well, certainly it will. It's not far-fetched to think that the price of oil will go up to $150 a barrel because Iran is a big producer, and it seems that the United Nations can't do anything about it. They all seem to be sitting on their hands, and let's hope that this thing doesn't escalate, and to bring in all the Middle East countries into it, and the big powers too. America is staying out of it for now, but we never know what is going to happen later. Let's pray God that this thing don't escalate. It will have an impact on goods and services because already the Hutus are making trouble in the Red Sea, and they holding on to ships, they kidnapping ships and preventing the free passage of goods and services.
But my first advice is to the government and people of St. Lucia that we should stay out of the war. Do not take part in it. We can stay and study it and look at how it will impact us, and then we can make amends to that. But any war anywhere in the world will have an impact on us because we are not independent, we are interdependent, and we depend on international trade, we depend on outside sources so that we can survive here. So in any case, no matter whether war take part in the world, it will always have an a negative impact on us.
Yeah, it must have an impact on international trade because the prices of oil will go up. Iran will stop exporting some oil deliberately just to make other nations pay for supporting Israel. But I'm telling you personally, I don't think Iran threw enough missiles at Israel.
Thanks for those responses. Now to our new discussion. The government of St. Lucia unveiled plans for the construction of the Halls of Justice on Friday the 19th of April at a ceremony held on the grounds of the proposed project in the heart of the city of Castries. This project is expected to be completed in 2 years. The Halls of Justice complex will comprise 2 main buildings connected by an overhead pass which will house civil, family and criminal divisions, 14 courthouses, 6 magistrate chambers, 10 judges' chambers, 10 administrative offices, and holding cells for prisoners. The Halls of Justice is expected to reduce the backlog in cases, enhance access to justice, and the operation of the judicial system in general. This project will be constructed through what is known as a bolt agreement at a cost of $143 million. So we ask, do you look forward to the completion of the Halls of Justice? Voting is easy. Just log on to htsstlucia.org and vote. Remember, our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HTS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and a new discussion.